Just talk louder, Dan. Alright, you didn't do all that.
I don't know why I went old man voice.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Mini Boss show.
What's up?
My name... fucking dick.
You said what's up, so I thought we were doing the yo-yo-yo.
Welcome back to another episode of Mini Boss. How's it going, everybody? We're your hosts. I'm Ali.
What's up? I'm Anthony.
I'm Dan.
As per usual, we got some things to talk about.
This week, let's start with the biggie. It just recently happened. PlayStation Experience got canceled. Now, this can mean quite a few things. This might be the end for PlayStation 4. Why else would they cancel PlayStation Experience?
PS5 is gonna be...
We do expect PlayStation 5 to be announced very soon, probably 19 or 20. On the other side, it could mean that PlayStation has nothing left to announce. They don't really have anything else coming out.
Avengers Project.
That aside from PlayStation, let's talk about actually a really big breakthrough in gaming community.
Amongst all consoles and
everybody. Let's talk about the Fortnite crossplay between every single platform.
Including the Note 9.
Including mobile. Now, this is a huge step for gamers. You know, usually you'd be like, yo, what do you play on? Or what do you play on? Now, everyone can play together on whatever console they want.
Be like, yo, man, give me your name. I got your name.
Exactly.
Let's play.
The fact that Fortnite was able to pull this off, you know, being the first, man, they're doing a lot of crazy things. I gotta give it to them.
I may not like to play anymore, but they are doing the most innovative things, like updating every week, and then now this.
I wonder if it's going to be too much for them, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Because you're talking about quadrupling, or if not more, your server.
As long as they keep everything balanced like it is now.
Everyone keeps buying skins. I don't think it'll matter to them.
Well, if you think about the server taxing is way more harder than they originally planned, then everyone's connection is going to start to drop. And then they're going to basically be saying, you know, why play this game? It's not good anymore. There's tons of lagging. There's rubber banding. There's all these issues. And then they're going to start falling off. Now, I'm not saying this will happen, but it's an absolute possibility. So it's something that they need to be very careful while they're rolling out these changes.
That's a good point.
It'd be impressive to see how they... I mean, they've handled everything very well so far. Like I said, I got to give it to them. Even though I'm not a big Fortnite fan as I used to be, still impressive, regardless to say. Moving on to some movie trailers. Let's start with Bumblebee.
Why you gotta disrespect them like
Beat-a-boo.
that? Bumblebee, the
Bumblebee.
new Transformers movie coming out. It's gonna be taking place in the past, talking about Bumblebee's transition from Cybertron to Earth and
Prequels.
all
We love
that
prequels.
good, lovely
Let's get this
stuff.
out the way. The last 3 or 4 movies weren't so hot with Transformers, but this one does look promising because they are bringing back like the whole retro 90s, you know.
love it.
I mean, we are a huge fan of that look, you know, seeing Optimus in his like original
G1.
OG, you know, we're like, oh
It's so simplistic.
it is.
It's just nice.
Let's just hope the story's good.
I like when they do prequels when it ties everything in, like we see why Cybertron is going to why.
I want to bring back
Bumblebee's on
Shia
Earth.
LaBeouf.
Stop. This movie does really look promising, especially for all my G1 fanboys. I mean, being able to see Cybertron,
Starscream,
as I told
like
them, it's definitely modeled after Dark Moon Studios' War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron, the video games. Absolutely fantastic the way it looks. The G1 where it's all very bulky, retro, bright colors. Yeah, this one I will definitely...
It looks promising. It does.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot, you know,
We
I'll
got
be in theater.
thumbs up so far.
You know what I'm not sure about though?
What aren't you sure about?
X-Men Dark Phoenix. I haven't been a fan of X-Men. Their movies are like, they're there.
Yeah.
And now they just rewrote history so they can make 70 more movies. I'm just like, you money-hungry bastards, just give us a break and let us breathe.
I loved Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, like, growing up, because, like, that was the first time I ever saw it in X-Men. I was like, oh, shit, like, that was badass. Even though, like, you go back now, the movies are corny. Back then, you were like, oh, shit, like, this is fire.
Everyone has great things to say about 1 and 2. Also, I love Logan. Logan, that's my
to
one.
me
Like,
was the only X-Men movie I truly ever loved.
maybe a lot of you are excited. For us, like we said, like personally opinionated, we just haven't fell in love with X-Men that much. It's not saying it's bad. You know, it could be really good. It could be doo-doo.
From a comic point standpoint, the problem with this movie, where, to put it bluntly, it's destined to fail.
Damn.
Dark Phoenix is basically your Thanos. It's something that you would need movies to build up to. You need to show the progression, the more of her powers taken over and given way to that chaotic nature. Without that, and just kind of trying to make a movie out of it, it's not going to be anywhere near as impactful.
Another thing, didn't we kind of see this already in X-Men 3 when Hugh Jackman, spoiler alert, that's the stat. If there's a spoiler alert for X-Men The Last Stand, you know you're not watching the rest. When he
Also,
has to,
just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. This spoilers.
Doesn't he have to stab her, and that's kind of like a Dark Phoenix kind of moment because like she starts losing.
Yeah,
shit.
that was the.
So we're getting it twice.
Yeah. It's literally from what the trailer has showed, it looks like they didn't really learn its lesson. I don't see the mutant policies, type of rebellion going on there. Everything I saw was the same type of storyline.
And another thing I don't know of anything about is, it's not that I know anything about.
Sure, Danny take the lead.
Danny, in Star Wars news, what's going on, man?
So, my brothers, my sisters, all of the nerds out there of Star Wars, you already know everything that has been going on since Episode 7 and how Lucasfilms have been directed and the path that they chose to go forward with. Well, sadly, as of, I believe, either yesterday or today, that path has been continued. Kathleen Kennedy has now been booked for another 3-year contract. We were hoping that when she was under investigation during the closure of the Solo movie, that boded well. That was a good sign. Apparently, she won. She got the next 3 years. I'm not gonna say it doesn't suck. Hopefully, with everything that happened because of Solo, we're gonna have, Lucas films monitor it much more closely. Like Disney, everyone, all the high executives. We know that George Lucas is coming back. We know we have a bunch of different directors kind of keeping eyes on the projects and everything. But I don't know. It's a controversy. Where do you stand? Do you stand with her? Do you stand against her? Me personally, I'm okay with the shoddy directing. I don't like pushing your personal viewpoints into a franchise that has nothing to do with it, and then afterwards sitting there calling people misogynistic assholes, all these things, because they were upset about it. The way she handled the situation on Twitter, it was not great, especially from somebody from her position.
Damn. Well, Star Wars community has it going for them, huh?
Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this segment, and leave your comments if you did or didn't. Tell us what you liked and didn't like.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will have a couple more new content coming your way.
Prizes.
Something a little different for everyone else. This is more of our talk about what happened this week, but we will have some entertaining content. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Maybe
share,
even subscribe. You never know.
Subscribe.
Maybe we'll come out with you. Till next time. Later.
Press start.